Hello, welcome to this episode of Low Carb in the Leaves with me, Mary Barson. I'm going to move a little bit, see if I get into the light a bit better. No, it's still dark, doesn't matter. Hi, so welcome guys. Today I wanted to talk about 30-day challenges. And what prompted me to talk about this today is the fact that I prescribe these a lot to my patients. But also, I've been talking a lot lately about artificial sweeteners and their role in a low-carb diet. And while I think that they can have a role, I do not believe that these products are perfectly safe. I don't believe that they should play a central role in any good low-carb real food diet. There was a study, a meta-analysis done in 2017, published in the Canadian American Journal, where they pulled together a lot of similar studies and overall looked at about over 400,000 people and the effect that artificial sweeteners have on their health. And even after correcting for confounding variables, they found that artificial sweeteners were associated with an increased risk of metabolic disease. They certainly can confuse our bodies. They can make us, some of them will make us secrete insulin, which is kind of what we want to minimize with a low carb real food diet. And some of them are also a bit damaging to our gut as well. So I don't absolutely love them, but nor do I completely hate them either. And when I talk to people about low carb diets, often, people will ask me, but what about sweets? As they've got terror in their eyes. What if I want something sweet? And, can I make keto chocolate lava cake? I'm like, well, you can do whatever you want, but I wouldn't recommend that you eat a lot of keto chocolate lava cake, made with erythritol or stevia or whatever it's made with, because of all these reasons. The things that are potentially a bit iffy about artificial sweeteners. So people can get into a bit of a panic about the idea of giving up sweet foods. And I get it. Oh boy, do I get it. I was there, definitely. One thing that I use a lot of, not just in weight loss and in people with metabolic health, but for people with gut issues, all kinds of things, is this idea of a 30-day challenge. So I get people not to jump in straight away, but to spend a bit of time thinking and planning, and then when they're ready, to commit to 30 days of a dietary change. So I often get people to commit to 30 days, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners, nothing sweet apart from some berries. And the reason I do this is not because you can attain lifelong health, wellness, longevity and vitality in 30 days. That's not it at all. But because it's much more psychologically palatable to give something a crack for 30 days, to put some hard lines around it and saying, okay, I'm just going to give this a go for 30 days. And I don't leave them there. There's lots of follow-up and support, and we see that they can do it, first of all, that it actually is possible to live without sugar and artificial sweeteners, and then they start to feel better. 30 days is often long enough to start to feel some of the benefits, to feel them and also to see them on blood tests, often, not always, but often. And then it's like, well, you can do this, and then it's moving on from then. When I see someone for the first time who's got type 2 diabetes, and we're talking about a low carb diet, I don't tell them, you will never, ever, ever, ever again, ever eat cake, ever. That's not what I say, and it's not what I mean, because I think that when you're in a good pattern with your low carb diet, it is okay to have the planned, the very occasional, and I mean occasional, planned day off plan, if you will. I eat cake very occasionally, and by very occasionally, I mean occasionally. But when I look at the future of my life, moving forward, I do not think that it will be, completely devoid of cake. I don't think that I will never, ever, ever, ever again eat some gelati or something like that. I try to definitely limit it, and I do limit it. Usually My trips off plan are planned, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes I just slip because I'm human, and that's okay. That's totally doable as long as you've got some plans in place about getting back on track, about being kind to yourself, understanding that if you go off, you haven't had sugar for a long time and then you have some, the sugar cravings will wake up again, and having some plans around that, it's fine, you know. So 30-day challenges. If there's something that you are thinking that you'd like to try, but it seems a bit overwhelming, try it for 30 days. You know, meditation 3 times a week, or if you know you wanted to cut back on dairy, stop eating cheese. If you're worried about the insulinogenic effects of the protein in cheese, there's one we talk about a lot with people. Anything, give it a crack for 30 days. First of all, plan it. Spend a week or 2 planning it, then do it and assess how you feel and surprise yourself with your own amazingness. All right, see you later, guys.